Hey Adam, Jessica with Peterson SEO. Thank you for reaching out and requesting this free audit and attack plan. We're getting into busy season for you guys here in Michigan. So let's see what you guys got going on so that you can start using these tips and getting those organic traffics and not having to rely on lead services, referrals, and TPAs. Okay. So everything starts with your basic search on Google. Um, so somebody will put in a search term. Then there's three important spots that you can really capitalize on to drive traffic to your website. Okay, the first spot is going to be ads. You could either be cost per click ads or Google guaranteed. Google guaranteed tends to be a little bit more expensive because it is guaranteed. And if somebody submits a lead and it's not a real lead, Google will refund you. Whereas cost per click, you're going to be paying for every time somebody clicks on your ad. So that's one spot, and about 10% of people will actually click on ads. The second spot is called your Google Maps section or Google My Business profile. Your goal should be to be in this top 3 section because nearly 30% of people click on their businesses from this section. So when you're not in this top 3, you're sending those leads to your competition, leaving money on the table. There are several factors that go into ranking this and getting in the top 3, including website performance. But one of the top is called something called citations, and that is simply directory listings with your name, address, phone number, website, and listing those in directories like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Glassdoor, and you need a lot more of those than your competitors. Not seeing yours, I did search, and I am happy to see that you do actually have a profile, which is great, and it does look like you have some socials and citations, so you need to have more than your competition. The big problem area I see here is this is not the name of your company. This has a bunch of gobbledygook in here. This has to be exactly your business legal name as you are listing it in all these directories. They have to match one another. When they're not matching, it is confusing for Google. It is confusing for these crawlers, and it will cause you issues. So this information needs to be down here into the description area. Again, you need to make sure everything is matching. You did do this, so that's good. This, you want to capitalize on your local keywords. You definitely want to get some reviews going on here. Utilize this question answer section. This allows you to answer common questions, but also targeting those local keywords so you can be found for those words with your Google business profile. And yes, you definitely want to be doing weekly updates. That is also important. So you definitely have some work to do here, and to get you into that top 3 spot. And then we're going to go to the most important section, and this is your organic section. You've probably heard organics a lot, and this is what we're talking about here. The organic section, nearly 70% of people skip the map, skip ads, and go directly to this here. So this is where your website needs to be, and it will have to be properly built and optimized and supported with SEO to get here. So your top competitor here is ServPro, and just taking a quick look, it looks like all directories and franchises at this moment that are in the top. So that's actually pretty good because franchises are actually relatively easy to beat online. So let's jump over to your website quick. So I am happy to see your website is secured. So that is good. I also like to see that you do have separate pages for your services, which is also good. I'm not seeing a contact us page that is easy to find. I always recommend having a form right up on top with click to call buttons as soon as they land on your page. So in this header section, I actually had to spend a long time studying your website just to figure out what it is you guys did. The pictures aren't really telling me anything, and this is a lot of content that's hard to read. To figure out what it is you guys do. You don't have that much time to capture the attention when people land on your page. So all of this really needs to be somewhere else on your website. This is the first thing that captures attention. So it should be something about, the best Detroit restoration company or something. So we know what we're dealing with, right? Okay. And then you have about us, and you got a ton of images. It's a lot. There's a lot going on here. It's hard to understand still exactly what you guys are doing. Kind of runs together. There's a lot of content. It doesn't flow well, but that's okay because Google doesn't actually rank based on appearance. Your website is based on your content, written content, your images, um, indexing your keywords. So you need 250 words for every keyword you're going to target, and you need to be focused on those local buyer intent keywords rather than national. So you need to be going after those Detroit-based keywords, Michigan-based keywords. And they need to be the keywords people are actively searching for your services. Keep in mind there's often multiple variations of similar keywords, and you want to capitalize on those throughout your website. So you need to make sure your entire website has original content, that nothing's been copied, borrowed, stolen, and that every single page is original. And all the content needs to be built around those local keywords. Not really seeing anything on the homepage about your services. Looks like you have a couple question answers. You got a service area. So you want to make sure that you have a different service area page for all the areas you service that has good search volume for your services, so you can be found in each of those areas. Now your home page is the most important page of your website, so it does need to be built around those keywords, and it should be about each of your services and about your company if you want, and then they should be interlinking to all of these other pages. It does look like you are missing a privacy policy, and that is required by law, so you definitely need to add that. And then each of these service pages needs to have its own original content built around the keywords relative to those services. So that's going to be really, really important. Making sure that you have the right amount of content, the right type of content. Make sure that your images are optimized with your name and keywords. All of that is going to be really, really critical to being able to be indexed and found online. When done correctly, this could be a virtual ATM machine for you guys, okay? So you definitely want to work on all of those items. Let's take a look at your top competitor. Your top competitor is ServPro, a franchise. You are actually at an advantage because franchisees do not have the luxury to make modifications to their website like you do. So they're kind of stuck with what they got. And oftentimes it's copied content throughout their entire website, which Google doesn't care for, doesn't like, and a lot of times they struggle with that. They also can't rewrite their content to focus on the new keywords that they want to focus on. So they're pretty stuck. So you can beat them by having better quality content, more content to the website. But you can see here that these guys are focused on the Detroit-based keywords, and their content is built around their services with interlinking pages, etc. So you just need to do better than they are doing, better quality content, more content, better images, etc. All right, so this is a program that tells us how your website is performing. It's called Ahrefs. And if we can see here, this is your company. You have 0 DR. That's your domain rating. This is your trust flow in Google, which means you have a 0 out of 100. Google's trust flow. Google doesn't trust your website. It's when it's not being trusted by Google, it's less likely to be promoted to the top to get in front of your customers. Okay, so this rating is based 100% based on the content throughout your website and what you have supporting it. And you have 0 backlinks or referring domains to support your website. Um, so this is going to be really, really important. So a referring domain is any website that provides your website with a backlink from your website to their website. And the backlink is the physical link coming from another website to your website. So you get credit for one backlink per referring domain. Now, they're not all created equal, so they need to be related to your services and industry. And if you look at it this way, referring domain is kind of like your power source and outlet, right? And the backlink is that power cord going to power up your favorite tool or device. And in this instance, we're powering up your website. So this is a very, very, very important. This is your SEO, where SEO comes in, to optimize your website to help you rank those keywords and get them indexed, ranked into the top page. So this is going to be really, really important for being found online. You've only had one keyword, so you're not getting any traffic. And I can't really tell if this is a brand new website or it just has not been properly optimized. So I did quickly do a domain check, and it does look that you've had the domain about 2.5 years. That doesn't tell me if that's how old your website is. So I still can't tell if it's just a new website and it's just not indexing or what's going on there. But you definitely have a few things that you're going to need to take care of. If we look at your competitor here, ServPro, their domain rating is based on the brand of their website, not the specific location. The specific location is a 0.9 out of 100. So they don't have any SEO going towards it either. But because of the strength of their website, they are being indexed and they are getting a little bit of traffic. And if we take a look at those keywords, we can see that these are local based, right? They're Detroit. So you definitely want to work on the keyword strategy. Make sure that you capitalize on all the most important keywords and understand that there's different variations. So here's water damage restoration Detroit, but another variation might be Detroit water damage restoration. So you want to capitalize on those keywords throughout your website where it makes sense. Make sure the website has all original content. You're focused on different keywords on different pages. So that you kind of work with Google's algorithm. And with the latest Google algorithms, it's all based on content, quality, and usability of your website. So when you have centered text and all that stuff, it's really hard to read. So you really want to work on usability of that website. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you found it helpful. If you have any questions on any part of this video, feel free to reach out and we'd be glad to chat with you.